Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday night, and you know what Tuesday nights mean. It means the Single Seoul Mates, the Queens panel. And we got some great topics. Hopefully, we have a couple more joining us tonight. I'm not sure. Internet, Wi-Fi, people's schedules, I don't know. But if they can join, that would be great. But if not, we are here right now. Shout out to you guys. I see it's 24 of you in the chat already. Y'all are rolling in. If you have not clicked that thumbs up, make sure you click the thumbs up. If you are new here, welcome. Make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell. So every time I go live or upload, you will be the first to know. Shout out to you guys in the chat. Shout out to my soulmates. I see you. Are y'all ready for tonight? Are y'all ready for tonight? Because I'm going to tell y'all, I gave the guys their topics today as well. No, was it yesterday? I gave them their topics, and all I know is one of them was like, so I think they're excited. So I'm excited to talk to them about those questions. You guys know, like, half the questions be on women's, half on the men, and then I have new questions, and at least you get to see the point of views from the queens and the kings. But anyway, you know, I like to go ahead and get started, have everyone introduce themselves, where you're from, how can they find you on your socials, and then we will get started.
Okay. Y'all know me probably being guest on Sabrina's channel, but I'm Jamie Alexander. You can find me on Instagram at Jamie Alexander. You can find me on YouTube at Jamie Alexander. Make sure you spell it correctly. I am an on-camera host. I'm a life coach, which has been going amazing. You can go to sassymethod.com if you feel like you are stuck in something that you can't get out of. And I'm talking about for years. Like, some of y'all been dating the same type of people for like 2 decades. Like, we need to, you know what I mean? We need to get you unstuck. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of awareness I'm able to bring to people. So that's been fun. My birthday's on Friday. So,
hey, Gemini.
You know, gang. I'm feeling good. And yeah, that's it.
Z.
Hey guys, I'm Z. I was on the last season of Ready to Love. I am a content producer for a 24/7 jewelry TV station. Prior to that, I was doing hardcore journalism, USA Today and CBS. Also, I'm into the performing arts, a lot of artistry there. And you can just find me at Z_peaks. You see it below me right here. Just Google that and you'll find all my social platforms.
Yes, thank you so much, ladies. Ladies, shout out to Another Round. She is in the chat. She is putting up the links. So she just put up Jamie's. Definitely follow the ladies on their social media platforms. Definitely follow Jamie too, because you know she's viral now. So she got some good stuff. You know, she got some good stuff, good content. And I definitely saw Z's. I saw your so let me tell y'all something. I did not know that Z was a content creator, producer with her jewelry line. And I was like, for real? And usually with the castmates, especially if I work closely like this with you, like I kind of want to know what's going on with you because I want to support. I was like, let me go over here. Y'all, Z be having whole productions. Like in real life, like her and the lady, they be talking and stuff. Like, all professional with the background and the professional camera and the settings and the personalities. Like, yes. I was like, Z got it going on.
Yes.
So congratulations to you, because I'd never known, but definitely check it out. Go to her page.
Thank you so much. I'm trying to dabble in everything. That's why I say Z be doing too much. You know, I'm trying to narrow it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah, because
I can't wait to check it out. I followed, but I need to get in your business.
Yeah, I'm ready, like, to even, you know, do some collaborations. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, I'm always down for that.
So
yeah. And shout out to Stacy B. She is in the chat. Hey, Stacy.
Hey. Stacy, you gonna get out with me this weekend? Cut up in these streets.
You know, she like ain't nothing but a word.
Yeah. Thank you. I did it myself. I'm pretty excited about it.
Yep. As a matter of fact, both of these ladies they did their own hair. I clipped mine on, but they really, really beautiful. Because you have locks, Z, right?
Yeah, these are faux locks. It's a mixture of like butterfly, but also like some goddess style. I kind of did a lot of free free-forming in there. So it took some time. Like usually when I do my own hair, I just procrastinate so much, you know, like I'm here and there, different phases, but doing other people's hair, I'm a bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
How you're fancy. These are just twists. I was got no butterflies.
I was gonna ask, how long did it take to do your hair, and how long did it take to do your hair?
Mine, normally it would take like a full like work day. Yeah, normally it'll take a full work day, yes. But it also depends on your like the hair length, how long you want it, how big you want it, you know. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how big you want it, so
that's about right, a full work day, because I'll split it up like you. I'm kind of kicking it on my own time. So I'll wash my hair and then part it day one. Because that's already, I got the iPhone and I'm trying, like, that's already, okay. And then the next day, I'll start the braiding. And then today I just did a little bit in the beginning. So yeah, almost anywhere from like 5.5 to almost 8 hours. Because these are long. Like I got to go all the way through it. It's like 26 inches.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't want them to be this long, but it just kind of happened. I said, all right.
How long are yours?
They're like, I mean, it goes all down to like my mid waist kind of. So it's, you know,
sexy.
Sexy.
I love it.
You know, so my little fantasy. I'm feeling my fantasy.
As you should. As you should.
Right.
Okay. All right.
This mermaid wave. Black mermaid.
Okay. Oh, what is it? Okay, Hallie. You're gonna be the next mermaid, okay?
Hey.
I should have actually did a panel about that, about the Little Mermaid. Did y'all see the Little Mermaid?
I didn't see it yet. I was gonna go within the next couple of days, like a matinee.
I really enjoyed it.
I really feel like I wish I could have got a bunch of us on to discuss it because of so much like hate we're getting from it and the negative feedback. And I literally, like, me and my daughter went to go see it, and we actually gave our review. Me and my daughter, we went live and we gave our review about it. And I showed like little clips. I was like, this is spoiler. Don't watch it if you don't want to see the spoilers. But it was such a freaking great remake and how they kept the authenticity of it. Because I'm a mermaid fan, you know what I'm saying? Like the Little Mermaid, like when it came out, I was so excited for myself and for my daughter, but more for me because I was like, ooh, I know all the songs. I know like when they like, you know, the different scenes, and I can like say it word for word.
Word for word.
Huge fan. I love cartoons. I love cartoons and like kids movies. Okay, a lot of people don't know that about me, but I do. But they did a great job, and I wish I could have talked about it. But if y'all have not seen The Little Mermaid, definitely head out to your theaters. It is worth every freaking penny. And then you supporting, you know, our community as well. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the topics for tonight is, what was the longest time you were single and why? Have you ever cheated and why? Do you end your relationships because of baby daddy drama? And if your man could not make you climax, how would that make you feel? And what are your next steps? Now, if you guys out there want to hear our conversation and want to know what the queens have to say, definitely keep watching. If you have not clicked that thumbs up, definitely take a moment to click the thumbs up. And we are gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So, not all at once. What was the longest time that you guys were single and why? Like, was it your fault? Was it his fault? Was you needed some healing time? You like, I just can't find a man. Like what was the reason? Why were y'all single so long? And how long?
Go ahead, Jamie.
Mermaids first.
I would say, I would honestly say this time period has been the longest I've been single. Really, because I've been, after a long-term relationship, I realized how much time I invested into it. And I also realized how fast I rushed into it, you know? So I was always like, okay, from now on, I need to take my time and really get to know a person before we're talking about labels and making it official, you know? So, and then also like, you know, time is the true currency. I think we were talking about that before. And I wanted to like really have my goals down and not have any regrets and not even have any resentment in a relationship for prioritizing that relationship instead of what I wanted to do, my life goals, you know? So now that I'm a bit more like stable, you know, I have more goals, obviously, but I'm a bit more stable where I feel like I can have a partner where we can, you know, have these adventures together, you know, but I do want someone that aligns with those goals for sure.
Absolutely. Jamie, look at your face.
Because I saw this question and immediately I was like, how am I gonna answer this? And it's I need to give you guys a paragraph. Like I have to because just
Okay.
it's gotta be a paragraph.
We listening.
This period of time is probably the longest time I've ever been single. And I'm gonna give y'all this number and then I'm gonna give you some context.
Okay, we listen.
I'm gonna say 10 years. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna say 10 years.
10 years that you've been single?
That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
And that's not easy to say.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's weird is like I'm kind of old school, like, you know, and it's when I first started dating and everything, it was about the labels quickly. We were all trying to make it work quickly. Like, you know, I like what you said about slowing down, Z, because that's something that I really have to learn, especially because my old patterns and habits is just like, damn, like we get along so well. We love being around each other. We're this, we're that. And I can dive all up into it. And I got a Venus in Taurus. If I say this is where I want to be, I'm staying. I'm not afraid of ups and downs and problems and conversations. That's not going to have me running out the door. I'm not an avoidant, you know, type of person. So I just feel like in the beginning, just being like, you know, I was dating somebody, like we just were inseparable. We were going to get married. Then it was like the next person, everybody kind of had that we're going to get married vibe. But then I feel like times changed. And the reason why I say 10 years I've been single is because between 10 years ago and now, it's like situationships and dating. And there's all of this random language. And I'm confused because all I know is the last dude I'm talking about, he decorated the house. He was very intentional. And he was like, will you be my girlfriend? We went out everywhere together. You know, we would FaceTime with his parents because they weren't in the same state. All his friends knew about me. We would move around together. We were just together. There was no questions. There was no what if. And he was the last person, you know, Christmas presents, Valentine's Day, like just like I was his girl. Like that's how he introduced me, the whole nine. And I feel like since then, I have had, you know, a couple of men who have shared, you know, or a few men they've heard in their dreams, like I'm their wife and this and that and the other, you know, all of that type of stuff. And you're my wife, you know, and, you know, some of them were pretty aggressive. Like they want a list of my bills. They want like, so, you know, coming accordingly, like I want to provide and protect for you, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I wasn't on the same page. But I've also dated a lot and I've given guys chances and options. And there have been moments in that past 10 years, like you're dating like this, you stop somewhere just a little bit longer than the last, but eventually it's still like this. And and then we get, so I've had beautiful experiences. I've met great men. I've had fun dates, but I'm very choosy at the same time. So no man has ever been on my social media. We're not doing, ta-da, this is who I'm dating. It's never been that serious. Ta-da.
Not necessary.
No. We're not doing that until, really, probably not until I have a ring on my finger. I'm not doing she deleted all the pictures after 2 months. I don't want to hear it. Yeah. And I don't deserve that. In my opinion, whatever anybody else wants to do, that's that. So yeah, there's been some guys that I stopped on longer and thinking it was going to be something. And then there's all this language like, oh, well, I'm exclusive to you. okay, so what is that? Are we together? Are we? And now I feel like I have to ask. Now I'm doing too much. Like what? So I feel like we've gotten to a place where everything is super ambiguous. And so I don't know. Was that my boyfriend? I have no idea. I don't know. So the last time I was sure, that was a decade ago. Have I had fun since? Sure. But have I felt like I was building something with somebody genuinely over a long period of time? No.
Right.
No, I haven't.
Well, shoot, if I could say, dang. You know what's crazy? So I kind of like, I'm listening to you talk, Jamie. It's so funny because I don't even think it's funny.
It's not funny, right?
I'm like, wait a minute. But like everything you said, I was like, drops mic. I don't even have to say anything. She said everything that, like, my timelines are different than yours, but everything else is like pretty much the same. For me, it's so crazy that you said that because yes, I've dated. But then I think back to my last 3 serious relationships, which literally was over like the last 11 years. So I talk a lot about my last 3 different relationships, and I know it sounds like it's back to back because I was engaged to 2 of them, but you know, it was over like a span. But the thing is now that I sit and think about it from how you just put it, I can't even call those serious relationships, which means that I've been single forever.
You understand? Like,
now that I, like, if you really think about, like, I really just sat and listened to what you just said, and I think about like all like the serious relationships, and I haven't had that many. But when I think about those, it made me feel like they weren't that serious. Like I was just kind of playing house for about 6 months or like a year, you know, and just because they asked me to marry them, I don't know, because the things that they did to me, I was like, oh, you wasn't in love with me in real life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't want me to be your wife for real. Cause this how you would treat your wife? Like, wow, like how you treat the ones that's outside and acting bad. Like, dang, cause you treated me like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's sad. That's really sad. That
I'm
not too
really
far behind you, Jamie, either. So
yeah, it really make you think. It make you think. But my last, like, I guess, relationship, like real relationship was, I always say, about 4 years ago. And I want to say this is the longest I've ever been like single. And I know it has a lot to do with, because I wanted to take some time for myself, and I've said it on plenty of lives. And since this is a new live, I'll say it again for the people that's never heard me say it before. After my last relationship, I said to myself, regardless if they cheated on me, regardless if they put their hands on me, regardless of whatever the case may have been while we ended those relationships, at the end of the day, I'm still the common denominator. And I had to look at myself in the mirror and move the smoke away and say, Sabrina, you know, you fabulous, girl. You are fabulous. But it's something that you're not doing right. Like it's something, why do you keep landing in the same situations? It's like a different book, or what is it? A different chapter in the same book. Like, what's the problem? What are you doing? So I said, maybe I'm just not, maybe I keep saying I love myself. Well, maybe I really don't love myself like I think. Am I searching for something that I don't think that I know I'm searching for? Is it a void? You know, is it daddy issues? Is it, you know, past trauma? Is it the need to want to be accepted because I wasn't growing? I mean, like, what is it? And I was like, hell, I don't know, but it's something. So how about you take this time and figure it out and find out exactly what it is? So that's what I did. And I did that for a couple years. And right before I went on the show on Ready to Love, I was like, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. But how the hell I'm going to be ready and go on a damn TV show and be like, I'm ready?
Yeah.
Niggas was like, she tripping. She don't understand. It's a game.
Lord.
So after that, little experience, I was like, you know what? I was like, all I'm going to do is just laugh about it, because at the end of the day, I really don't question my footsteps now in my life. I really just let like the universe and my energy lead me, because I feel like everything happens for a reason, and everything that's happening right now, it's supposed to happen. That's how secure I am in my steps. So I don't question it, but I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna, really, really meet him one day, and we'll see what happens. But that's how long I've been single, and that's why I've been single. So soul searching, honey, it's a powerful thing. When you really find out who you are. What was that movie? I feel like I'm talking a lot because my mouth getting dry. It was a movie where the person looked in the mirror. I think it was a kid's movie. They looked in the mirror, and then they saw reflect the never-ending story.
Oh my gosh, you taking it back.
Atreyu.
Atreyu.
Looked in the mirror. Remember, she was like,
Was
like
that with Valcor, the dog?
Valcor, yes.
Valcor.
And the oracle was like the person that you know what I mean? And he looked in the mirror and he saw the character as the reflection, and it scared him. He was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? So man, I'm telling some good stuff right now, man. Y'all,
that's true. I'm gonna have to revisit that. That was kind of deep.
Yeah, it was. That was one of my favorite movies.
That
of
was
all
one
time.
of my favorite movies.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm a huge
Was that the one with the dragon that could fly?
Yes,
it was a dog
white.
dragon.
It wasn't a dog. Yeah,
it
was
looked
white.
like a dog.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gaga going, but I remember that part.
Yep.
Oh.
Poor.
No, but it's good. It is so much about, and that's why I was like, I'm gonna be honest, like, because that sounds like a long time, and I'm okay with people being like, well, what's wrong with her, or well, what? I don't care what people think about it. I know what's important to me, how I show up, but I also know the people that I've chosen to get involved with, which is like where you said the soul searching comes in. Like, I really had to, a couple of these, I was like, ma'am, now you knew that was like, you knew, you didn't even feel, so being able to look at yourself and work your way out of stuff like that. Like you said, I trust my steps now. I only know and believe I'm going to continue to meet people who are more in alignment, and we can do that the way we decide to do it when we do it. But I've released the control and the thing. Like, I don't care. I don't need to be married by this age. And I'm also at the point, like, I either have kids or I don't. And that used to be a major thing for me. But I need to make room for what is, for God, the universe, where I'm at now, to move accordingly for my healing and what I do know and what I can do, and just have a good time with it. Like, it's just,
yeah.
That's I have dreams. Yeah, I have dreams of having children, but at the end of the day, like, I know that's not all a woman's purpose is, and 10 years, when you think about it in a lifetime, it's not that long. You know what I'm saying? To actually figure out who you are. 5 years goes by so fast, and a lot can happen just like that. So definitely not putting a rush to it just because I am a woman, and
yeah, I get it. I'm just at that place now where, because I think I used to rush into I used to rush into my relationships, and because I know what I want, et cetera, but I always wanted the representative. I always wanted, like, I fell in love with that person. And because I rushed it, because I'm thinking that's the person I'm going to get, then reality hits me. It's like, wait a minute, Sabrina, like, you rushed it. Like, you did this to yourself. Like, you sold your own self a dream. You know what I'm saying? And honey, give me the keys.
Listen.
I done got the contract.
Listen.
I was in it to win it, and
we are so good at that.
So good.
Like, this is the one. He just, he, honey.
It's those fairy tales. Those fairy tales did it.
Mm.
Did they though? Because you know what I always wondered with the fairy tales, and even with Little Mermaid being my favorite, I used to be like, okay, they got married and they walked off into the sunset. What happened when the sun rose the next morning? Like, I want to know what's the
Right.
rest.
Yeah, what's up with the family conflict? Are they gonna really get along?
Is Eric's mom nice? Like, does he have like issues with his sisters and like, where do they live? Like, what? You know,
Right.
all that to say is like, you know, it's funny because we see like, oh, the guy that comes in on the white horse and blah blah blah, and sometimes I feel like as women we get criticized a little bit for believing the fantasy. But then I think you guys know all of those stories were written by men. So it's just like, is that what you wanted us to think? That you were going to come in and do the thing and we could just relinquish ourselves to you and get rid of our kids?
He like, I'm going to leave the cheating part out.
I'm going to leave all that out.
Well, that's why they
I'm going to put that in the next book.
Yeah.
That's why they be selling the fantasy to us though, right?
That's all I'm saying. Selling the fantasy.
So they want us to look at them like in admiration, and you know, sometimes that's why they even lie, because they don't want to see that sign of disappointment in our eyes. They want us to continue looking at them like, wow, he could be the one. He could be our prince. Save me, you know.
Absolutely. Because I have fell in love with, let me tell you something. If a man came to me and all he showed me was potential, I was like, so potential.
But we don't want to look at it like that.
Yeah.
Man, now I know dudes be like, man, she I be like, you know, because it's crazy to, oh, you know what? And I'm not gonna talk about it because I actually was talking to a friend of mine and he was like, you should ask the panel that. I was like, that's a good question. So I don't want to talk about it. But yeah, but definitely like having boundaries and stuff like that. Like I just move so differently now. And it's important not only for me, because I really had to take a step back. Like it's important because I got a whole kid now, you know, and I really have to take that into consideration. And that is the whole consideration. And I feel like if it's part-time not good for her, then it's not good for her at all. For me, I mean, if it's part-time not good for me, then it's not good for her at all. So if like something really and someone really has to be that fit, that imperfectly person for me, because I feel like now I know exactly what I need. And if that person could fulfill that, I know that person would be a great stepfather to, you know, my daughter, and would teach her, you know, the morals and teach her how a man is supposed to treat a woman, and, you know, hold the door for her and show her like, this is what a man is supposed to do for you. And you know what I mean? Just like teach her like values and, you know, just how like life is like growing up and dating and from a male's perspective. And I trust his word and I trust his opinion and I trust his decision making. Like that's so important to me. All that other crap, I don't even care about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy because my standards are still here, but it's like I feel like with my standards and what I want now, it kind of like went down because it's like, you know, like that doesn't matter anymore. And this doesn't matter anymore. Like what matters is look, what value can he bring to my world, you know? And of course, and let me, before y'all start, you know, well, what about what you gonna bring? You already know we're not talking about that right now. So we're just talking about being single and how long I've been single and why and what I'm looking for. Okay. But anyway, my mouth dry, so I know I'm talking too much, but thanks for listening.
Yeah, no, I love it. And you brought up some good points. And, you know, I always share too, as a kind of like a daddy's girl, I really feel like, you know, when your man enters your life, it's gonna be about him like opening the doors for her and this and that, but it's gonna be largely how he treats you. That's gonna be the real reflection, because when I look at my dad, like he took us out and he did things but you know, dad and like boyfriend don't correlate. But what I see mom and dad doing, I'm like, I know a man can treat a woman who's not blood, you know, how you treat your mom, sister, like the women in your family and those things, that's blood. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
But to be a man who's willing to put himself in a position to give his heart to someone who's not blood.
Exactly.
And to watch that interaction and see the devotion and to see the consistency and the loyalty and all of these things, that was my indicator that if my dad could do that for my mom, I know there are men who can do that for me.
Absolutely. And you just said a whole mouthful about how he treats me and what she sees, because that's huge for me. That's why, excuse me, if it's a guy that I'm dating and if it's like any signs of aggression or that, like stuff like that, like to me, all that stuff is red flags. And I think that's a trigger for me too, because that's how my mom and dad were. And I knew how unhealthy it was for me now that I'm older. And I'm like, I don't want Sador to ever see, like literally I stopped dating like 2 people because it was signs of aggression, just like literally it happened, boom, cut off. Like I'm good with it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like I don't play that. I think that is so unhealthy. I'm like, it ain't no aggression here without you. So why the hell I'm gonna bring you in?
Right.
And then we gotta deal what? Like you're supposed to be an addition to our happiness. I don't need all that. That's crazy. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to say that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But anywho. So anything else that you guys want to discuss or say? Any last thoughts and comments about what was the longest time you were single and why? No.
We all said a mouthful.
We did. I was like,
We did.
I think I spilled my guts.
No, it's good though, because these are the conversations that, a lot of us are ignorant to, and a lot of us don't know because, like I always say, I wish I had a me growing up, because this wasn't taught to me. Like I didn't have an adult sit me down and say, look, so, and it's a lot of adults out here that don't know, and they probably enjoy watching the show and just probably got a word, you know what I mean? So I love your mouthful. Thank you for speaking about the topic. Both.
Yeah, and I got one more thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I just thought about it. I used to share in women's circles a lot and put on women's retreats and stuff, and shared something similar in a private setting. And it was interesting to see how many of the women were shocked by that from me. Because I'm pretty, because I'm outgoing, because I've been on TV, because I was a model, because all of this list of wonderful Jamie things that's just like, well, how are you single? And it's almost like the same thing. Well, how does Beyonce get cheated on? Like, we're no different.
Right.
So please don't think because you're seeing anything, there's no comparison. I know women, sometimes we get into that a lot. We compare, we think this, or they must have this, and you just never know. Like that stuff has nothing to do with it.
Absolutely. Because I've been single for the last 4 years because I wanted to be single.
Yeah.
Like, trust me, I could have been in a relationship the whole time if I really wanted to be
if you
in a
wanted to
relationship.
settle,
Yeah, exactly.
If you wanted to settle.
Yeah, like you over there talking about, oh, these single women, look, they miserable. Yeah, but you in a whole relationship and you unhappy. We single happy, like stop.
People want single women to be miserable so bad. We're not.
Right. Like, what's up with that?
We're glowing, baby. We're just glowing.
Aging backwards. We're aging backwards.
Right.
Like, I'm going to keep it 100. I be deleting a lot of negative comments from our videos. Okay. Like, yeah, I don't keep, I delete them and I block them. Like quick. And a lot of them are like, these single men and these single women, they are here. Don't listen to single women, people. You want to be, and I'm just like, so what about your situation? Like, are you happy? Like what, so it's like, I don't get into the combative. I don't go back and forth with these. I literally just delete their comment. Like any negative in the comments, in the chat, anything, I will delete that stuff quick. Hey, Aisha,
you want a girl, I know, and I want to get to
no, Aisha from my season. So definitely
birthday tomorrow.
I was about to say, yep, her birthday coming up. Aww. Thank you for stopping through, Aisha.
Gang, gang.
Gang, gang. All right. So
yeah, you know, and then too, to the people that say things about, I always share too, even when I'm coaching or just in real life, like I've been engaged. I haven't been married yet, but I still, just from all of the things I hear and know in conversations, you still got to be yourself.
Absolutely.
So being single and into me, knowing what I need, getting better, getting stronger, releasing attachment styles, growing, learn whatever it needs to be. This is going to be my job, whether I got a husband or not.
Mm-hmm.
So it really shouldn't upset you, because that's the same thing you got to do when, you know, Will Smith, I know that's not the best, whatever, but when they talk about it and he said, you know, my wife's happiness is not my responsibility. So you might want to get you somebody that knows how to do something by themselves for a while, because, or else they're going to be on your coattail. And it's not about not needing them, but it's okay to grow as an individual. Like we're that, whether we're partnered or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, so that's gonna be the word for that's gonna be the number one comment for this last topic is single women are actually happy, and we're gonna move forward. Golly,
Yes.
Jesus, it's sad that we got to even like talk about it and to say it and just like I don't know why people think I be like I'm so happy. Anyway, so have you ever cheated and why? I can't even say that. That's just point blank. Have you ever cheated and why?
Have you ever cheated and why?
I've never cheated.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, me neither. Next question.
We're so boring. Like
I guess I think the most maybe like it was a fine line between emotional cheating, I guess, if you would count that as anything.
I was getting ready to ask that next. Yeah.
So
yeah. So okay, I understand physically, but mentally, that like do you ladies feel like that you have ever emotionally or mentally like kind of detached yourself and attached yourself to somebody else?
I've had conversations that might have been a fine line back in the day, you know. And I have my justifications for that, but like, yeah, like it was a fine line where I had platonic friends who I kind of know it wasn't said, but they might have been interested and they were a listening ear. You know what I mean? So maybe that type of thing.
Well, that's not, I wouldn't consider that as cheating because I have a lot of male friends. And regardless of if I would give them a chance or not, it doesn't matter. Like we never crossed that line. We've been friends for 10, 15 years. Nothing's never happened. I've always been there for them. They've been there for me. And I feel like I can go to them, especially get advice, you know, from a male's perspective because I trust them and to give me the real. They haven't never steered me wrong. I don't consider that as cheating.
Do you think your man would like that?
Do I feel like I would like it how when he go talk to his female friends that I don't know about?
I'm just asking.
Of course he wouldn't like it.
Yeah. I think that's what makes it feel like.
But guess what? He wouldn't like it if I said hi to the man ringing up my groceries either.
Okay, well that's crazy.
like literally, like why was you saying, you know, like why you have to say 5911 to repeat what he said like you did?
Well, that's what do you call it? Not obsessive, controlling. But
maybe that's what I'm just used to, controlling men in that aspect of it. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm just used to because, you know, but the thing is, you know, it'd be different if it was my ex or someone I had relations with. And I'm like, but me and Johnny, we just friends. That's a little bit different, you know, because I know I've dated men that has had like very close friends that they've been friends with for a really long time. Now, one thing about me, I don't mind my man having like girlfriends, but the thing is it needs to be something called boundaries. It got to be some respect. It got to be boundaries because at the end of the day, I'm gonna give you the rope. Now, if you hang yourself with it, because the reason I do that is because I don't want you to feel like you got to sneak behind my back to go talk to your best friend for 30 years. And I just been in the picture for 3 months. Like, who am I to say like, you can't be friends with her no more? You know what I'm saying? now if y'all done bumped and grind and you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like every now and then, you know, like when times was tough or when y'all was both single or you know, situations like that, it's just a little bit different because it's just too many gray areas and now it just stinks, and I don't really deal with stinky gray areas.
Yeah, it can be that can be tricky for me because it's just like how, plus it's like it's not fair. Like how can you fully be invested in me and trying to get to know me and getting a close relationship so I can really trust you and open myself up to you when you have a whole nother situation from your past where you're friends with someone you literally had sex with? Like that's not going to turn off just at the same time. Like one either or somebody's going to still have some type of hope if you're still communicating.
Yeah. And I feel like if y'all keep going back and forth to each other for like the last 10, 15 years, like maybe y'all should actually really try to like, you know, but I've even said that to some of the men that I know that have those type of relationships. And I'm going to say this to you ladies. I'm not saying all men, but it is a lot of men out here with those type of relationships with women. I have talked to a lot of men in my lifetime because I'm a very inquisitive creature. I love talking to people. And I ask a lot of questions, especially in my younger years, because I wanted to really understand the male species and how they move, how they think, how everything. So in me talking to them, I found out that quite a few of them have like long time friends that every now and then they hook up. And to be honest with you, she be married and he be married. Sometimes she just be married and he don't. Sometimes it's vice versa. Wow. But yeah, so definitely just
that doesn't work for me. Like
it doesn't
nowhere near it. I think I can be a little probably OD with it, but I don't really tolerate none of that. Like I don't care.
But if you don't know, it ain't nothing for you to tolerate. Because a lot of times we don't know. We don't know. I knew because they were comfortable, because we weren't like that. Like I said, it's just conversations. I might meet men or whatever, and we'll just have these type of conversations. And sometimes those will be one of my questions, like, do y'all be having like people like y'all be seeing like for years and years, and y'all just like get together every now and then and just be smashing? And they be like, yeah. They be like, it's convenient. It ain't no issues. Like she married, whatever.
Yeah, they both got something to lose.
Right. Or they be single and they just be like, they just know like they tried to be together. It didn't work, but they had the sexual chemistry. So every now and then, because they trying to, you know what I'm saying, get it all.
I don't know.
That's not let me tell you, it happens a lot more than you guys know.
Oh, I believe it.
It happens a lot. Yeah.
I believe it. I'm just not with it. And
that's how
being married to a man. If I'm married and we can't, it's not about going through his phone, but I'm just talking about the casualness of the no secrecy. Like he gonna mess around and get his little friend hurt. Like I don't think that's the place where people should dabble. I mean, I'm so serious. Like, you know,
that's how two separate families start. Like the family, you got the family in the Heights,
and
I will family in Midtown. Then next thing you know, wait, you my half sister? Wait, what?
One of the guys I actually was engaged to. One of the ones within the 11 years, one of my fiancés that I was engaged to, he had a girl like that. And she knew about me. Like whenever I wasn't there, she would come over, she would see my stuff. And so he pretty much was like, don't get messy, you know, but because she was so engulfed in him and she felt like if I keep sexing, doing all these things to him, he's going to come around one day.
That's the problem.
Exactly. But he allowed her to keep coming around. So what happened was because she was getting messy, and I guess she was like, obviously I'm not gonna get him. Like he must really love Sabrina. Like I don't think he going nowhere. So she got messy. So one day she took pictures while she was in his house, and she made this whole new Instagram page and did certain things on social media, like would comment, like we would have mutual friends and she would comment and little side things. So, you know, when you see certain things, y'all know y'all be on social media and you be like, oh, I wonder who that is. And you click it. And she knew she was going to get my attention. She did it on purpose. So when I clicked it, honey, it was pictures of his bedroom, his bathroom, her drink. with a cup in the living room. I was like, what is going on? I was like, so you know him? I was like, what are you doing in his house? And she was like, well, what do you mean? Like, and that's how it started. But, once stuff came down to it, he pretty much was like, because it was a long distance situation, he was like, I be needing it, whatever. And he was like, you wasn't always there. And I was like, right, but you chose to be in a long distance relationship, and you actually chose to marry me long distance until I was able to be with you.
There's no excuse.
No excuse.
None. Get your dick discipline together, sir.
Let me tell you something.
With your lying ass.
Let me tell you something. So I just was like, and so me and him, because I'm like thinking to myself, this is about to be my husband. Like, we gonna work it out. We went to marriage counseling. We did the whole thing. Anyway, the girl got crazy.
Of course she did.
We had to put a restraining order out on her. I was like, you know what? I am never red flag. So yeah. And this was somebody that he had been dealing with for like the last 12 years. That's the point that I'm trying to make. Like, and she thought out of all the different relationships he was in, even though she was never in a relationship with him, she figured one day, you know what I mean? And
what's a piece of paper, a restraining order, him against her gonna do when she catch you outside?
Right.
Like, people don't realize the instability of people, especially when you're messing with women. That's why these men that think they're getting away with stuff, it's going to catch up in ways that you're not even thinking of, because all you're thinking about is with your dick. Like, you might want to think twice, because stuff really goes down out here.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And when she and I finally had a conversation, she was like, I get it. She was like, I don't have no issues with you, Sabrina. She was like, but at the end of the day, she summed it up and said that, he was selling her dreams. He kind of had her thinking like they was together. Me and Sabrina, we ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really like her like that. You know what I mean? So, and yeah, but she had receipts and receipts and receipts and receipts.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, it was, honey, I have been through it.
I'm not doing any of that. And that's why I've been through a lot of stuff, in certain situations. That's why I know you're not gonna be able to get over on me. I'm gonna hear it, sense it, see it in a dream, come across, like, don't play with me. I'm gonna know. And I'm gonna know it all, because my senses are sharp. Yeah. Oh,
that stuff is so powerful.
Yeah.
It's so powerful. That's what I think. That's a part of the reason why I've also been single for so long, because it's like, don't take my kindness for weakness, and don't insult my intelligence.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be like, I'm gonna let you know I know, and then I'm gonna say bye-bye.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like,
absolutely.
And I might give you a parting gift on the way out.
You are Jamie, you did not. It is Gemini season, so
sorry, not sorry.
You did not give us a disclaimer, because you like,
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I blacked out. I don't know what happened.
My client
just woke up
in a case of insanity, Your Honor. She blacked out. She has ovaries, she has a vagina, she has a menstrual cycle. You know how we do. Like,
I don't know what happened, Your Honor.
Just yeah.
Let me stop.
Let me tell you something. I swear, people, like, when people really hear like my stories, because I tell a little bit here and there to y'all over the past few years, but in real life, like, I got some stories, and some stories I just would never share on the internet, on social media, for thousands of people to know my personal business.
That part.
For real. Because it's crazy how much I do talk, but I just need y'all to really understand, like, at the end of the day, I have these panels, I do talk, but in real life, I am very, very, very private. Like, y'all may think you know a lot, but it's so much you don't know about me in real life. But oh wow.
Right.
Okay, so have I ever cheated, and why? No, I never cheated, but I can say I always felt like if I got to that point to feel like I wanted to cheat, then I was already over you, and I was about to just end the relationship anyway. Right. So yeah. Now, if I broke up with you and then got with somebody the next day, I feel like that ain't cheating, because I ended with you yesterday.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, me saying without saying I can't do this no more, like, we just need to be done. Yeah. Until that happened, I wouldn't go and deal with nobody else. But if it happened on Tuesday and I was hanging out with somebody on Wednesday, it is what it is.
They may not like it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I always felt like that would be on my conscience. Like, I don't know. And then too, like, I've never desired anybody that much ever to feel like F everything. I'm just going to go all in. I'm going to risk it all. I've never felt like that about any person, man, ever in my life. Never.
That karma be real too, though.
Say it again.
That karma is real. That's
absolutely. Yeah,
I think that's why men get worried when women cheat, because I mean, the likelihood of me just going out one wild night and just doing all this, like, could it happen? Yeah, but likely not. Like, it's gonna be emotional before it ever gets physical. And I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I know that would likely be more my situation, which means, it would be emotional cheating first that led to physical, but I just don't dabble in it. Like, I'm very devoted to whoever my partner is. Like, there you go, Edna.
I was going to say, let's address that. Edna says you cannot cheat unless you're married, stepping out of your spouse. Because a lot of people agree and a lot of people don't. A lot of people feel like, why do I have to be married? Because a lot of people don't really believe in marriage, but they do believe in a union that they have built with each other. Because, a lot of people feel like marriage is a governmental contract, so they opt out of that. So what is the difference between a contract that you've made in the eyes of the law or a contract you've made in the eyes of your God? You know what I'm saying? To consider, like, how is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Can y'all?
I mean, I just feel like, go ahead, Jamie.
Oh, no, you go ahead, girl.
I just feel like we made a verbal agreement to be monogamous, be exclusive. There's so many things going on in this world in terms of STDs. There's new diseases going on every day. Like, we got to respect each other. It's all about respect. So I don't expect you to be stepping out and then you want all the luxury it is to be with me and all the love I have to give. And you're stepping out and putting not only yourself at risk, but me at risk too. No.
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah, and I just don't think energetically you can spread yourself that thin and be really genuinely into figuring out if you and I are going to make it to marriage or not, and be entertaining 4, 5, 6, 1, anybody. Like, there's enough. We got work. Majority of the guys I've dated have kids, 1 or more. Nonprofit family. There's so many other things going on. Then you want to add more chicks to the situation. But yeah, I do agree, the verbal agreement, because I'm not sure how you get around the unity. Like, I feel like back in the day when it came to marriage, it was like, and I think this is where I get messed up, right? I sometimes think if a guy is like courting, like, it's supposed to be courtship marriage, so then there is no question in between. But now it's like somebody will try to date you for 5 years. Somebody will try to live with you for 3 years talking about this is bait and just be laid up. And that's not, you know what I mean? So there's just too many blurred lines. And I just like to keep it nice and crispy. If you're talking to me, that's it. We should be testing for chemistry and compatibility. If it's a no, goodbye. If it's a yes, let's do it. Can we just leave it there?
Absolutely. It's like, no, then a year later we broke up. I'm sorry that happened to you, Cammie. She said, hi, Sabrina and ladies. I was dating a guy for 4 years and wanted to get married, and he was like, no. Then after a year, after they broke up, he got married. A year after they broke up. People play so many games.
Oh, wow.
I don't think it was him. Yeah, that was absolutely a game. But the thing is he just didn't want to break your heart. And unfortunately, you just were not the one for him.
He was a coward.
Period. You just were not because when a man knows, and whatever he did, it's unfortunate. Like, it was for 4 years, but he played house with you for 4 years. I don't know what he was doing in the meantime, as Ayanla Van Zant says. But have you read that book? It's such a
Mm-mm.
good book, such a good book. But whatever he was doing in the meantime with you for that 4 years he was obviously, you built him up to be the man that he needed to be for that woman. Unfortunate situation that happens to a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? And that's why he did it. Just, man,
And they don't understand it hurts
it,
even more when you do that, when you play those
they
games and
don't
waste those
care.
times and that
They don't care how
manipulation,
much it hurt you.
No, they don't.
They don't.
They do what's convenient, and this is why, again, too, in like a lot of these things, I would never advise a woman to stay with a man that long, because they have no problem wasting their time hanging out. They'll be comfortable. They'll use you up and think nothing of it. While you're sitting up here thinking marriage, babies, the future, this and that. This fool's like, we gonna eat something tonight. Like, he ain't even.
what you cooking?
Yeah. It's convenient for him to have a woman who's showing up because she wants to year after. I did it once. I will never in my life be with a man years on end without getting married. Like, we're not living together. I'm not going to be your wife, your woman. You're doing all of this, like doing all of the things, and year after year after year after year. Like, so we as women, I'm saying all that to say, have to stop that in its tracks. Because even the good men, the self-proclaimed good men, they will still do that. They'll use you if you let them.
Yeah,
because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
If you let them.
Yeah.
We have to, opt out of that.
Yeah. So, I think we're done with have you ever cheated and why. So, do you end a relationship because of baby daddy drama? No, baby mama drama. I'm sorry. I don't know why I was saying baby dad. Anyway, yes. Baby mama drama. Do you end a relationship? Like, you and Kathy, y'all just not getting along. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just in the way. She got a lot to say. Like, you trying to be cool because you like, I understand that's your baby mama. Like, I'm trying to be cool. She not trying to be cool. In real life, do she still love you? Like, do y'all still be smashing? I'm just trying to figure out, like, why she tripping. Like, so do you end the relationship because of baby mama drama?
You just gave me anxiety.
I'm just saying, let me tell you something. I have been through it. Okay. I've been through it, people. Like, dang.
I haven't even got to the point of meeting a baby mama, but like I someone has ended something with me because they used the excuse that they wanted to work things out with their baby mama based off the child. So it's like when I have these boundaries of like I prefer someone with no kids, it's not because like, okay, this is just it. It's because I've tried it, I've been open to it, and it has not worked out for me. I've been left as the one with the hurt feelings, because I mean, if you're a good dad, I feel like, yes, you need that. Your children should be your top priority. Don't tell me that you come first, because that's not, I wouldn't want that in a father anyway. But it's like, I know that, we might not have the same, I know that we might not have the same lifestyle because, I don't have kids of my own. And, they're not going to really be able to prioritize like, hey, what if I wanted to go on a trip? Hey, can we go out to dinner on a Tuesday? So it's like, it's not a balance. It's hard to find a balance with someone who has a different lifestyle than you, but I haven't even gotten to the point of meeting a baby mama.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like, I don't know what it is, but it's like men with kids. They all come over here. They're all like, where's Jamie? I think I have, bonus mama written on my forehead because I've never not dated guys with children. I think I dated one guy that did not have kids or a kid.
Wow.
And I've tried, and I don't know. I'm going through my own shifts and changes. It does sound ideal to have a preference of a man without kids. But there's some, especially dealing with Black men, I'm sorry, a lot of these brothers got kids. They got a kid. I'm not so overly hung up on it. Maybe I should be, so I can experience more of what I deserve as a single woman with no kids. But my only thing is, there does have to be a cohesiveness. Like, I'm not doing the whole, she don't know you got somebody, and I don't do anything weird, you know. It's all that to say, to answer the question, it's going to be contingent upon how he acts. Is he the type of man with a frame who can set healthy boundaries? Because I feel like the only time the other woman, us women, bark or got anything to say is because he's dropping the bag. If I see you, she can wild out all she wants to. But if you can put your foot down and be like, this is not what we're doing, this is what it is, I'm going to go ahead and trust my man.
Yeah.
I don't feel like, you know, but of course, that's the nuance with no funny stuff, no, all of these things. And I would hope that one day it could be a cohesive situation, especially if I have a child, or if me and this man are really talking about something, like, your child's going to be here and I'm going to love your child. And why do you want to make that hard? Like, this could really be something. I'm not afraid of that. But the boundaries got to be, it's the man. It's got to be how his frame is going to tell what I'm going to be able to handle and whatnot.
Yeah, I completely, absolutely agree. Yeah, because at the end of the day, like we discussed earlier, like your kid, my kid, it doesn't matter whose kid it is. I just want them to be able to see healthy relationships. And you have to be the father, because he is the middle person. So he has to be willing to say, you know what, like you said, boundaries, you know what I'm saying? So, but if he can't establish those boundaries, then unfortunately I will end the relationship very, very, very quickly.
Correct.
Because if you are over here, you know, with this unhealthy relationship, when we have it with her and my daughter starts seeing it, that's a problem, because we ain't have all that before you came around. Like, as much as like I want it to work, at the end of the day, it's not a good fit for us. And that's what dating is, you know. As time goes on, you get to know a person, their habits, who they are, what they like, what they don't like. You know, why would I be with a man? Like they say about when you marry somebody, you marry him, you marrying his family, you marrying his, like, you got to think about all those things, all those connections, and all, you know, those people that will now be your people. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been there. I was in a relationship where, you know, the man, you know, he and I, we were together, excuse me. And he had a son that was like 22. He was on his like third kid. The third baby mama and him ain't had nowhere to go. I allowed them to move in with us.
Oh.
I mean, it was crazy. And then his teenage daughter, she was like 13, 14. He would get her on the weekends. She would come over and stay. Now, mind you, this, first of all, I don't just let no man just be in my house like that with his kids. This was my husband at the time. I was married. So his daughter came over. She was like 13. I was missing money out my wallet. I was like, what did I sign up for? Let me tell you something. I think when I asked for a divorce, it was more so I could divorce his family. And it was crazy. I was like, what the hell? And I didn't think about that. I'd never been married before. I'd never been in a relationship where it was that much involvement, because it was it was marriage. It wasn't like that's my boyfriend and he moved, you know what I'm saying? Because I can make boundaries, but as your wife and you my husband, things is different. You see what I'm saying? So I can't just be like, your son can't come here. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's my whole stepson. Like, I'm gonna be there for him. But honey, it was a lot. So definitely be mindful of the people that you date and the people that comes along with that person, because it's serious out here in these streets.
It's the standards and values of the man, and if they both, you know, align, if your guys' values and standards align, and he could actually hold his frame with everything that he has going on. Like, I don't know, a lot of, in my experience, I haven't met too many guys that can do that, you know. I don't know. It can be tricky. But I've also had it to where, you know, like when I was engaged, you know, we were all cool. His baby mama, me, like, we're actually all still cool. And this is like so many years later. So it can work.
Yes, it can.
Because I think factors also include like how long they've been co-parenting, how old the children are. Like those can be important too.
I don't date men with kids under 5. I learned it because y'all don't got it together before 5. You haven't got no rhythm before 5 years old. So I'll at least do that. But I guess especially since I haven't had it, it would kind of be really nice to date a guy who didn't have any kids at all. I don't want to always have to deal with a whole nother woman that you've been intimately involved with, and you got to talk to her, and she holding the kid over your head, and it's just too
and that
too
much a lot,
too much,
a lot.
But then it's like, is the man gonna take her to court and get proper visitation, or he gonna be scared to do that because he don't want? It's like, what you gonna do if you're not gonna do any? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Z, you got anything else?
Like I said, you never know what life can bring you, but as Jamie said, we have to be yoked, aligned. There's a lot of factors that play into it. Because I'm just thinking about my lifestyle, and I want them to be a good dad, and sometimes that might include sacrificing a relationship with me. But you got to be honest with yourself, and then there's also something about not meeting someone who's at the same place in life as you. I know there's always going to be a bond with someone who has their first child with somebody else. They're always going to have that type of bond, and that would be something that I would like to have with someone too, like that type of bond. So, while I still can, why not, have those type of standards,
Yeah.
Maybe later on I'll be into being someone's stepmom. If need be.
Yep. Absolutely, honey. Child, baby, daddy, baby, mama drama.
Man, and these are the real things, though. These are this is so real.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It happens every day.
Every day.
Yeah, you dealing with it. I mean, it's crazy because I remember seeing a story, I think on Instagram or Facebook. No, I think it was Instagram, about how it was a situation where the girl was dating the guy and the baby mama, and then the baby mama or the girlfriend, one of them, killed the other one. It was crazy. It's real out here in these streets.
It's real.
Stuff that happens.
Yes.
Because that's another thing. We need to know who we're dealing with too, because depending on how intertwined things get, whatever your child's mother has going on, if we have a kid, I want them to be whatever with the siblings, but are the kids brainwashed? Can I send, can we actually do this? Or is she going to try to harm my child?
Yes.
People are not all there all the time. We don't think about that enough.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There was even a story about this guy and this lady. He went away to go do something, and the daughter was a stepdaughter. I think she was 10 years old. I just read it a couple weeks ago. And she killed her and stuffed her in a suitcase or something, and literally was rolling down the street with her in the thing, took her to the mama house and left her on the lawn.
Right.
I don't hear that story.
No.
Yes. And literally a cop rolled by and everything. They said no facial expression. She just was rolling her on it. It was in a, I don't know what it was. She was in one of those little cart things or a suitcase or something, rolled her and put her right on the lawn.
So the woman took out the 10-year-old, or the 10-year-old took out her
the woman, because the man was dating the woman, and he was like, I got to go to the store or something. I'll be back, or something like that. Or he went to work.
And she,
yes.
Oh my God.
10-year-old little, I think she was 10 years old, killed the little girl, stuffed her in the suitcase or whatever, and rolled her butt down to the dang, or chopped up body down to the mama house and left her and walked off. We know it was you. Let me tell you something.
And men, some of them know, but some of them don't really know what they're dealing with. Women, I get men could be crazy, this and that, but I'm sorry, being that I'm a woman, we could be a whole nother beast if we want to.
people don't understand.
People don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
you should be afraid, sir. Like, you can't be out here like that.
Even men
Can't be doing these things.
Yeah,
Stop
men
making
and
women crazy.
And
Stop
people
making
always
women
be like, women crazy, women crazy. No, it's men out here. People are crazy.
People
period.
are crazy.
And everybody has like that. Yeah, can flick off any second. Like
Stop
you
being
never
a trigger.
know. Yes.
Tell him, Z.
What you say, Z?
Don't be a trigger. You're triggering me.
Yo, because y'all know I'll be having them t-shirts where you can order t-shirts. I'm gonna use that. Don't trigger me.
Triggering me.
Triggered.
Triggering you.
That's funny.
Sure.
That's funny. Yeah. I like being innocent and free out here. So I just gotta get away. Like, honestly, that's why a lot of times I be like, I can't even do this no more. Like, you cool and everything, but unfortunately, this is our last conversation. It's men to this day, even like a year later, they be like, hey, like, you still mad? I'll be like, I'm not mad, but I'd appreciate you if you not contact me no more. Like I told you, don't contact me no more. Like, don't contact me no more.
I am so good for a block button.
Cut you off quick. My cutoff game is strong. That joint strong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean what I say what I mean.
Yeah.
And if I didn't cut you off, you should really feel privileged. Because
I wonder if they do.
My life. They don't.
Some of these people really deserve worse.
They don't get it until they out there in the streets and they with other women and trying to settle down and they like, Sabrina, I'd be like,
no, but I think they can do it. Like you in the streets, because that's where you belong, and you like it there because nobody out there is asking you to do anything. Because if you really loved it, you would make the adjustments to be great for you.
Absolutely.
Enjoy the streets, like, because you'll settle. Dudes will settle.
Yes, absolutely. And I recently just told somebody that. I was like, until you get some act right. I was like, but other than that, like, I'm cool. Like, I'm good. I was like, and I'm going to keep doing me. Like, I'm going to keep doing me. And I'm good with it. Like, I'm good. Like, I just like you may have options. I have options. But, like, until you get some act right, if you never get no act right, then you just never get no act right. And then we just going to always be cool. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not going to force nothing. I'm not going to. It just wasn't meant. And, yeah, I'm too fabulous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, stop. Anyway, my mouth dry now. I had no more. All right. So moving forward, child, from the baby mama drama. So this is it after 9 o'clock yet?
I think it's 15 after hours.
If your man could not make you climax, how would that make you feel? And what you gonna do next? Oh, wow. The size.
So many nuances, so many options.
So many ways, I'm leaving with something.
I'm leaving here with something.
I'm leaving with something.
I'm leaving with something.
Oh my God.
What'd you say? Oh, I'm leaving with something. No, don't play with me. We're gonna have to talk about it. Like, if I care about this person, let's talk about it. Let's see what's happening. Let's get to the root of the problem. And we're gonna do step by step. This is what you do right here. I don't want to just give up. Like, be like, oh, he can't do it. That's it. Let's see. Every woman's different. I'm different. Let's see how, see if you're willing to learn.
I mean, I'm very well versed in giving myself what I need. So
that's true.
It's kind of like I can always allow him to participate. It's still, it kind of is still on me. I know what I need, what I like, and I know exactly what's going on. I don't know. I'm trying not to say
That's why I'm over here like.
I'm trying not to say too much, but yeah, I think I could leave it at that. If I'm with somebody and he's a good man and I love him, I would find it hard to believe that he wouldn't be able to make me do, because I don't know, it's a team sport. I know how to participate, and I can make it happen and still enjoy it. I can enjoy it without a full-on climax and still enjoy the sport, but I could also win the match whenever I choose. So I don't know. I don't really know how to answer, because I don't leave it all on him.
But it sucks to win matches when it's just you, the only player.
No, I know how to use what he's got to make it
I see
happen.
what you mean.
No, it's gonna stay a team sport.
Yeah, just sit there. Just sit there.
Yeah.
Sit there. Sit right there. Sit right there.
You do that. I know I got this. Like, he gonna love it either way. So
Don't move. Don't move. Don't move.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, my answer is what Jamie said. All right, that's the show, guys.
Mrs. Make It Happen.
Oh my God. So Edna said, how do you love him, Jamie, if you can't make up
if I can't come, how do I love?
Oh, guess who's about to join us?
I don't know.
Like, how can you love him maybe if he can't make you climax? I don't think that has anything to do with love.
Not for me. I be in love. I don't care. I'm ready to love. I be in love already. I'm in love right now, and I don't even know him. So it just doesn't take. It's not the performance for me. It's how it's.
Makes
I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm ready to love.
Because y'all know how they say. Y'all know how they say, like, when you really love somebody and it's like this small, it feels like it's this big. But you in love.
They lied. They lied.
What's up, ACB?
Wait, I had to come through. I had to come through on this one because when I saw you put these on here, I knew. I don't care if I'm in the car, on the toilet. I don't care where I was. I was about to come over here.
Oh my God. Talk to us.
Have y'all ever had a moment where it's just not like that and you are like, okay, I'm done? I literally got up and walked out and left and went home.
Maybe I don't have bad luck in that area.
I know I've had exceptional luck, but it was like I was mentally thrown off. And like, like how like Virgos, like we can't fake the funk for anything. It was just like, and then like you're talking too much, like quit talking, like it wasn't the shebang. It was more like a mental thrown off for me. And I was just like, no, it's a wrap. Like it's nothing you can do at this point. Or you're gonna just piss me off. Tell me I'm not the only one who's been mentally thrown off.
I mean, there's
like
times where I've been like, okay, I might laugh it off and like be pushing them while I'm laughing, like, okay.
But look, don't it always be the ones that don't really be that good, and they be like, "Tell me it's good, baby. Tell me it's good." I be
the ones that bragging about it before anything.
Yes,
all that talk, like, yeah.
Or they'll call you later and be like, "So how did it feel?" You be like, "Oh well."
It's nice outside.
It's always the ones.
Good.
You be like, "It was good."
I had one person. Well, I hope you liked it.
Oh.
And I didn't. Like, if you needed
it to like this was bases, right? So it was, foreplay in terms of cunnilingus, I guess.
How you get an F on foreplay? How you get an F on a hug?
He kept bragging about it, and then he was like, "Well, hope you liked it." I'm just
I think you said that before. I remember that situation.
Wait, he was bragging on what? His size?
He was bragging about how good he was with his mouth,
Oh God.
How amazing he was.
I think men should refrain from that because again, it goes back to what we were saying in a previous conversation. Like, you're basing that off of the hooting and hollering from the last one. You haven't even experienced this. So what are you talking about? What are you gauging it off of?
I don't think that, Jamie. I think that that's like their pep talk. Like, I think that they suck. Like, some people just suck so bad that they got to try to convince themselves. I think women, we do it sometimes too. I'm going to get in there, girl. Come on, hype yourself up. We in the mirror. Come on, girl. You going to put it on them. You going to do this. We be listening to Tweet. What was Tweet's song when she was telling us what to do?
My shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they be trying to hype it up, and then they got your mind all ready for these expectations. Girl, it'd be like a cat licking up some damn milk. Hell no.
I don't know. I don't know. No, I agree with you, Stacey, on that. Sometimes they have to do that to hype themselves up. That I agree with that.
Yes.
If I don't really, I'm not out there like that. If I'm not really like into the dude, I'm not going there anyway. So I don't feel like those conversations are coming up, I guess, in that manner. I don't know.
It's about to get funky on here.
What?
What's up, Jay?
Hey, boo.
Hey.
Now, y'all know y'all talking my language.
Hey.
I had to take a break from work real quick to jump on this. Because I had some experience where guys done talk they stuff like, I can do this with my mouth until it make you want to do all that. And I just lay there like, okay, do you, boo. And I would give you the hardest of time because I know how to control it. I know how to control it while you're doing all that. So if you go talk, I'm going to make you work.
It on purpose.
Yes.
I'm not mad at that.
Yes. I would definitely hold it on purpose. Yeah, if you're going to talk mess, look, I'd rather you just be a genuine person, charming, not sit here and try to talk all this game, because if you're going to tell me that you're going to do all this and then it's going to make me want to do more, I'm going to show you it's not. It's really not.
You out here humbling folks.
Right, yeah.
I'm sorry. I just feel like because I've had those experiences like Sabrina and you guys talked about where people have they talk so much and it's just like watching paint dry. Like why are we here?
Yeah.
And then have the nerves to want to hit you later on like that was the best. You running from it. Huh? No, I'm not running from it. I'm just
I'm not running. I'm standing right here.
I'm standing right here trying to wish you go away.
I'm not running from it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Damn.
And it's just so crazy. It's just so crazy. But you know what? It took me a while. Okay, so I'll tell y'all. So like I feel like y'all know I grew up like pretty conservative Catholic, got married early, was married forever, same person for forever. So when I got divorced, I had to figure out what I like, what I didn't like what I really enjoyed in that area. And now that I know, I ain't ever going back. Never. So guess what? If I gotta walk up on out of here, you can leave the drawers on the dresser, baby. I'm gone.
You can leave the drawers on the dresser, baby.
I should have never gave you woman good D and good head.
I know. I feel like I'm on a good streak and talking ass people. Ugh.
But okay, so I had a question in the chat. Which part of the relationship are we talking about this occurrence happening in? Like, is it in the beginning? Are we been in and this is just like a freak situation where you're not?
I took it as my man. That's what I took it as.
Okay.
I took it as relationship. I don't know. Was that the premise of the question? Like if your partner, like the one you're with, can't make you climax?
It was up to you. It was no was behind it. Yeah.
Okay, so, I went all the way out. Yeah,
because everybody has their own thoughts and views, and you know what I mean. And it's good to hear everybody's perspective from what they think. So yeah. Because my thing is that, to piggyback off of what you just said, Jamie, I wouldn't even have been in a relationship with that person that long. You know what I mean? For us to try to like figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So, because, intimacy, especially like sexual intimacy like that, it's important to me. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it's just connecting of souls. And I know with me, not to give too much, but like, I'm very passionate. Like because I've chosen you to have this experience with on a regular basis. You know what I mean? Because we are in that relationship or whatever the case may have been. And usually like, and we done already like checked out the paperwork and everything is good. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be like uninhibited with you. Like, I don't want to feel like, oh God, no, like I can't do that.
Right.
Oh my God. No, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? And to think me being as open and free, you know, to my partner, and usually it's the person I feel like I'm about to, it's going to be the last man that I'm with. Like, I always think if I'm dating you in real life, it's because I feel like you're going to be the last one. I can't help that you screw it up, but you the last one. So like, I want us to like experience things together. But I feel like if I can't connect with you on that level, then it's going to be something missing. Like if it wasn't a sexual experience, if it wasn't our intimacy, think about if it was something else, like he's not romantic and I want him to be romantic, or he isn't sensitive and I want him to be, it's the same thing. Like something's missing. And that would be one of the things that's missing to me. I just feel like for me, that's like really important. I can't.
Okay. Forgive me if my background gets too long because I am still at work, but so I'll answer this the best I can. I'm pretty much like you ladies. If it's somebody that I'm actually interested in, well, I definitely want to have the conversation. Now, the one time I know for sure this happened and it wasn't actually him, it was actually me. It's because I had, well, you guys, some of you guys know that I had a partial hysterectomy about a year or so ago or whatever. And so some months later, that's when my hormonal changes actually kicked in. And so I wasn't getting any sensation. I couldn't even think of nothing to stimulate myself. So I would usually be like Jamie and get myself off in the process at the same time with your help. I couldn't even do that. And so I was freaking all the way out because I was just like, what is happening right now? Because it occurred so late after my surgery. So I just didn't understand what was happening. And so when I talked to my sister-in-law, because me and him had conversations, but then I had to talk to my sister-in-law because he was thinking it was him. Like he's not doing something right and this and that. So we definitely had to have our conversations. But my sister-in-law had already been through this process and she told me it happened to her just the same. And she encouraged to buy toys, you know, just keep trying to do some other things, even go like rekindle the relationship as far as going out on dates and doing all these other things. And just stay with it until it came back. And so it eventually came back. But child, when I tell you I freaked the hell out, I was just like, oh my God, my life is over. Because it never, ever happened to me. Huh?
I said, you said your life is over. You so just kill me now.
Take me now. I knew I said if I ever be single, I'll be enough. But I was just playing, God. I was just playing.
Right.
Yeah, so I definitely will have a conversation if it's somebody I'm interested in. Now, if this is like our first time linking up and I gave you your second shot because I kind of like you and I gave you your second shot and on the second shot it didn't work. Okay, baby, you're not for me. That's all. You're just not for me.
Yeah, that's just what it is. Because I feel like if we can't like get that chemistry like that, like I feel like what else we not gonna have chemistry on? You know what I'm saying? Like. I don't know. It's just not for me. I would rather, yeah, I would actually leave the situation. And I wouldn't be, you know, I wouldn't be like Jamie when I leave. Not Jamie, Stacy, excuse me. I wouldn't be like Stacy when I leave. Like, why you do that to me?
No,
you had
I
me
was
in here
like,
for 25 minutes with all that for nothing.
Yeah, why
No,
didn't
I
you do
would-
that to me? Why didn't
no,
you?
you just kept talking like I was almost there, and you just freaking talking and shut up.
You just gotta.
I agree with you, Stacey. I don't like all that talking in the middle of it. It's like I'm
Yeah, like trying to
concentrating.
have a whole
Right,
damn
right.
conversation, and you just and all that talking you done did, and you just mediocre. I need to
Yeah,
I
it's
need
a
to
mind
pretend.
thing.
I need to pretend I'm on the biggest horse I've ever seen. So I need you to get your life together and hush your mouth.
I be thinking that's Caucasoid sex. I be like, I can't do it like that. I'm sorry. Don't talk to me through
Holy
the
shit.
whole thing.
That's what he said.
Look, Auntie Eva said, let's just shake hands and say goodbye.
Cordial.
You know, like men really be thinking like when you kind of put your hand on it, they're like you kind of choking them. That's like something sexy. No, we trying to shut y'all up. No.
Dang.
Look, we need to listen to Miss Edna Perkins, honey. She
Okay.
said, I'm 65.
Okay,
And I know some things.
You better tell us,
Hmm.
Miss Edna.
Okay.
You know it, baby. Because I told her, because she was like, what happens, you know, when you have a high sex drive? I'm like, look, I ain't had 40, and I feel all the butterflies all the dang on time.
It does, and it's true. I want to
So,
say when I was about maybe 41, no, about 42, I was like, hold on. Like,
Right.
so y'all,
Yeah,
so
there's
y'all
like
too
a
can imagine what I
misconception.
was going through when it just freaked and stopped on me. I was like, oh my God, I'm dead, y'all. I don't know what's
Right.
Yeah, there's a misconception, I think, sometimes that we don't think about it as much as men do. But I'm like, nah, y'all don't understand. Like, a lot of us stay on ready.
Yeah.
we
Fact.
just don't act on it as much as they do.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or talk about it. It's like, I don't need to, like Stacey, you were saying, just don't talk about it. If you, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
We
just
don't
do
need-
it. Just
yeah.
do it.
Yeah, if we fall into that, then it's gonna be what it's gonna be, and you're gonna, experience.
Exactly.
Put all that money in my Cash App. All that talking need to come over to Mr. Zelle, Mr. Cash App, Mr. What's the other one? The little blue
Venmo.
and yellow one.
Look, Venmo.
Hmm.
They
PayPal.
said make your money talk.
Like, do I talk right there? Talk where it pays bills. Don't talk where it dries up the now.
Y'all are too funny.
But see, that's the thing, Stacey. I be telling men, I say, you guys be already in the bedroom, but y'all start talking yourselves out of it. Y'all have no
Right.
idea.
Tell
And
you.
and they think women are the ones that be talking. No, sir. No, sir.
No.
I ain't never. That was just one bad little experience. But you know, my eyes are still high because, like I said, that was just one time in my life, and I needed that experience so that I can know better. Like I can know, I definitely don't like this.
Oh, you know what? And I was about to say, Miss Edna said she didn't climax until she was about 24. How old were y'all? Because I know women that's my age that have never. They're like, I don't think I ever have. I'm like, they're like, well, how does it feel? I'm like, look, if you did, you would
You
know.
know. You know.
You will know. So,
Girl, that's Sabrina after dark, honey. Because
Right.
when I come up there to DC, I'm gonna have to tell you, girl, what's really on my mind, y'all. Y'all know I gotta keep my 9 to 5.
oh shoot, I know everybody keeps saying I need to have my the membership channel. I need to go we need to go live and talk to the members after dark. But in order to do that, you have to be a member. I don't know if I'm ready for all that. I'm still trying to get the free gifts together, child. I'm having problems.
But
I know
you know
one
what?
thing. I'm
Oh,
not going to engage at all next time unless I'm feeling the level of passion that I want to feel.
Yes.
I don't even want to be dating a guy and think he's this or that and cross that boundary and just be disappointed because the openness is not there. A lot of guys are not that open. And I can tell. And it causes me to retract a little bit as well. Either that, or I could think of it as just more of activities as opposed to like that intertwined action that you were talking about, like the passion. Like I want to go all the way back to that, or it's going to be nothing for me going forward, because I want to be, uninhibited, free, and I don't want to be test driving just to see if maybe. It's just not enough. It's got to be, the thing, or I'm good, and I will know before then because I'm paying attention to it, and it's going to be in the kiss and the interaction, and I need him to be open. Like, I need him to be open,
Yeah.
well, that's how I feel. It was like it took me so long to like stop watching the paint dry and to like kind of figure out what it was that I liked and what like floated my boat. So like now, because like I don't ever think, okay, so this is to tell you like the affection level of, when I was married. So when I was getting a divorce and I was having a conversation with my kids, I was like, mommy and daddy, we're not going to be mommy and daddy anymore. And my daughter said, but mommy, he's your daddy too, because he wasn't like affectionate towards me, you know what I mean? And so my kids didn't view it as like a romantic king and queen type of situation. So when I finally owned like my queen in me, it was like, oh, I'll never disrespect myself and never be dissatisfied ever again. Now that I know, I know. And then what I've learned was that I've become like such, like, I'm a very passionate lover. Like, you would think that I love you and I'm about to have your baby and drink your bath water. You know what I mean? Because I'm very like intentional, because I know like like me during the day is like I'm very, one track mind, or hell, I might have ADD too. So I know like when I have to give attention to someone, I have to be very intentional about that attention I'm giving them.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
I like that.
Yeah. This was an amazing conversation tonight. I am so excited to always have these type of conversations. I be telling y'all, like, before I come on, I literally be sleep, knocked out, gotta set my alarm. And I be like, let me get it together. But whenever I come on, I'm like, dang, that was good. And then when I come on, I be like, I don't never want it to end. But then I get tired and I be ready to go. So shout out to Stacey B. Shout out to Jay for joining the panel tonight. I appreciate you so much. We just gonna go around the room, let everybody know who you are, what your socials are, and where they can find you on social media.
Jamie Alexander on Instagram, spelled like this, Jamie Alexander on YouTube, and sassymethod.com for my transformational life coaching.
And Z?
And it's Z here. You can find me at ZEE_peaks. Just Google that. You'll find all my platforms and see what I'm into. And thanks for tuning in, y'all. Thanks for having me, Sabrina, as always.
Thank you. Stacey?
Baby, before I go to my platform, let me go back to Z's platform, because now that I'm friends with you on social media, I see your foolishness. Baby, y'all, she was singing about them braids today. If y'all haven't seen it, make sure y'all go follow Z and peep her page. I was so tickled. I said, Lord, I need to try me some braids one day just so I can play this. I'm a go and get the audio from that, and I'm gonna make me a reel.
It's the locks, a black girl and her locks.
Yeah,
black girl and her locks. Mm-hmm. Well, the locks. What I'm learning.
Braids, faux locks.
I'm learning. I don't know which one would look cute on me. One of them. I'm gonna just pick one for me. Anyway, y'all know I'm simple. Stacey_B with 3 E's, because got 3 little babies. But Stacey B on Instagram. I love y'all, and I'm trying to get my schedule back right between this. My daughter's in All Stars with softball, and then I'm taking these classes for an additional designation, like a financial designation. So it's just like a lot. Sorry, y'all, but I miss y'all.
We miss you too.
Yes.
Get your up, girl. Do you? Congratulations on everything. That's amazing.
I'm gonna text you, Stacey.
Oh yeah, we about to play. Let's play, because
I've been looking in the streets.
I've been looking at these kids for about 3 weeks straight, and they getting on my nerve.
Time to get active. Like, I'm gonna hit you.
All right, guys, just to let you know, I appreciate you so much. First of all, without you guys, all of you, there is no me. So I definitely appreciate it. If you have not clicked that thumbs up, make sure you click that thumbs up, guys. I think I only saw like 60, and it was like almost 120 of you in here tonight. If you are new here, shout out to you. Welcome to my soulmate family. Make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell, so every time I upload or I go live, you will be the first to know. If you want to follow me on socials, you can go down into the description box. And other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow night for the Kings panel. And they like the questions. I do too. Wait till you hear what they have to say.